So basically, OneModel provides a complete people analytics capability, an end-to-end platform. And we have a booth out there in the little expo hall, so come by and we'll do a deep dive. But I'm just going to do a quick run through now, just to kind of give you a taste and a flavour for the scope of what we do. So in terms of that, who am I to start with? I compressed 20 years of my background to HR guy. So I spent a long time as a HR BP doing all the different functions, from recruiting to learning to diversity to strategy and the like. And in every job I had, it was like, okay, how do we improve what we're doing? We need some data to pull together an understanding of this and come up with metrics and run a business case to the executive. And then I was the guy that had to create the data because I was the guy that could run Excel. Okay, so that was a while ago when Excel still ruled, but I kind of think Excel still rules in many ways. Like, it's the go-to platform to do anything, right? So anyway, so then out of that, I found myself in a small boutique consulting firm that actually ended up building one of the first people analytics and workforce planning solutions on the planet, called Inform. And that was in 2003. And we sold that in 2010 to a small company called SuccessFactors. So the SuccessFactors Workforce Analytics product is the product that I built. And then later, a couple of years later, a little company called SAP acquired SuccessFactors. So all of a sudden I was in a 140-person company, and then I was in a 100,000-person company, and my ability to influence the roadmap was kind of diluted. So now I'm back in a 140-person company and enjoying it quite a lot. So, so in terms of the space, there is a lot written on this. David's intro session this morning was amazing, and obviously his book cited here and many others. Like, this is a known domain, so we should be killing it. And many of the people in the room are doing a great job, but many are not. Why is that? We've identified these key challenges. I won't go through them all now, but a lot of it's come up in the conversations that we've been talking about. Data's in just lots of different places. HR data is massively multidimensional and complicated. It goes through time, it has different events, it's just messy. You know, getting trust from leaders, managing the privacy issues, not having black box models in terms of what the last speakers were talking about. These are all things that we need to solve for, and what we've been solving for with OneModel. We provide a platform that pulls the data from all the different sources, puts it into our platform, provides a modeling framework that you can then use for lots of other places. You can take the data into our storyboarding environment. You can use it with other technologies like Snowflake or Redshift or Google, whatever you want to use it for. You can also plug Tableau or Power BI into it. So it's an end-to-end space. Let's talk then about what we do. So we provide the data modeling, the data mesh, as we call it, which is how do you get data in, how do you model it, how do you make sense of it? Then we apply advanced machine learning to this. And everyone thinks that AI is now generative AI, but there's a whole world of proper machine learning and statistics that you need to have an understanding of before you just throw generative AI at a problem. And then telling those stories and getting buy-in, and then convincing people that you need to make a better decision around this stuff, and driving action is then the key part of this as well. So let's jump into the product with all that said. Okay, so obviously, we have lots of great visualization capability, the ability to track, people talent flow through the company, visualize organization charts, being able to create lots of metrics and drill through those and all that sort of great stuff. Let me start more simply. So you can simply also just do this, which is show my hires for the last 24 months. Not 324. That'll take a while. So where we are now basically is massively compressing the complexity around use of this stuff. So we're providing an opportunity for everyone in the organization to ask questions of the platform and get those answers. And then along with that, we provide insights, we highlight the thing that's interesting, and we kind of guide them around what matters. And then you can guide to action. But that's not all. We can then keep asking the questions. So we can say, okay, actually, I want that by location. Go. So what we're effectively doing is what you would normally do when you're using a query building experience, but you're just asking questions, and it's easy. So it's the classic generative AI experience, right? But some things that we're doing differently and interesting here is on the right, we're showing our work. So again, there's no black box here. So we're using a Gen AI, front end, a large language model, right? But we're running that through the OneModel query engine. So you get role-based security. People see what they're allowed to see. They don't see what they're not allowed to see. You get validated metrics and dimensionality, and you get a view on all this stuff. And then you can also provide feedback to the platform on how well it did. I can say, great, you did a good job. Or I could jump in here and make a change. I could say, actually, I want that to be a rolling 24-month metric or whatever. So you've got massive control over this stuff as well, which is cool. And now, so I could dock that away, I could go off, do some other things, and I can come back and ask some more questions. That's all kind of pretty easy. But what's cool is that now this is a way I can generate content. This isn't just transient. I can say, actually, I want to pin that to a storyboard. I want to create a new storyboard. I want to call it my hiring trend. Give it a page name. Hires. Trending, go. So what we're also doing is compressing the complexity of creating content. So here now, I can just do what I want. I'm in a design space. So I can add other objects to the chart. I can add annotations. I can do all the great stuff. I can style it any which way I want. I've got all the options I want to do there. But I'm just going to get out and save that. So I'm happy with that. That's great. Now I can share it with 1,000 people. And they all get their own personalized version because role-based security kicks in when they open the storyboard and they've got it. Or I could add filters. I can add any number of filters on the fly. So really easy, simple experience, but I kicked it off with a simple question. So this is cool, but now how do we get data into the platform? So that's pretty easy as well. So if I go into our data sources, I can connect directly to Workday, to SuccessFactors, to Oracle, to Greenhouse, to Degree, Qualtrics, et cetera, et cetera. There's a large list of ready-to-go API connectors that are deep. So anyone who's using Workday finds it a little difficult to get data out of that place? Yeah, it's diabolical. We've been working on this for 8 years. So we've gone as deep as anyone in the world around this stuff. So but that's not the end, right? Because you've got lots of other data and lots of other things. You can blend it all up. We've created a custom connector so that you can build an on-the-fly API to anything. And we filled that with generative AI. So you can just feed in the help guide to the API. We'll parse that, build your connector, and then you can just come in and tweak it, and then you're off, enter your credentials. So we're, again, compressing the complexity of getting data in, managing it, and then we have a whole space for doing data modeling. So now, this is going to be kind of a click and blink and then move on. But basically, we have exposed everything in our engine. You can see everything. So when it comes to transparency and openness, no one does this. You can see all the transformation logic. You can come in and make changes to it. It's version controlled. You can then validate it, promote it to production. You can do review all the table structures, all that sort of stuff. So there's a whole space here for managing the data models, but then showing your work, making it open, transparent, sharing it with everyone else. But where are we going? Okay, let's see if my tabbing is working. Oh, okay, here's another storyboard. So just to show you another look and feel. The storyboarding experience can be very different. We have a whole library of out-of-the-box content that's ready to go that you just click and go. But then the secret with the OneModel is nothing is fixed. Everything is open. So I click edit, I'm away. I'm changing it, changing the definitions, adding new data. It's all completely flexible. So next tab. If you've got an enterprise AI strategy, you can just use that. So here I'm in ChatGPT, and I've got the OneAI, the OneModel app running. And I can say, show my hires. No, we did hires. Let's do turnover. For the last 12 months, typing and talking is really difficult. I've spelled last wrong. I'm sure it'll be okay. Okay, confirm. I want to connect to the OneModel, OneAI app. I'm doing it. Great. And it's reading it out for me. Awesome. But it's not, it's just a table of data at the moment, right? But now what I've got is I've got all the capability of ChatGPT applied to the data from OneModel. And what's great is now this route ran through our security model, ran through our query engine. So again, it's not going to make this stuff up. It's valid and it's secure. Now I can say, turn that into a chart. I'd be more polite if I had more time. I'd do pleases and stuff. because I don't want the AI to get angry. So now it's going to do all. So you have all the things that you could do in ChatGPT basically. And we use this because so far in our evaluation, it's the best for what we do. But we can plug in any other large language model if we want to. Great, I've got a chart. Awesome. Actually, make that a bar chart with a pumpkin color theme. Go. Anyway, I won't keep going on with that, so you get the idea. So basically, you can do everything. Now I can say, hey, create me a PowerPoint presentation, stick it in there, do all that sort of stuff. But some of the amazing stuff is just leveraging what generative AI can do now. So now I've got the data and the data is accurate. Now I want to be creative. So I can say, write me 2 paragraphs for a HRBP explaining the data. Off it goes. Okay, these are chunky paragraphs. I could say be a bit briefer. I can do that next time. Great. And anyway, I'll kind of slow. I won't go. You can say, give me a summary. Make it more concise. All that sort of good stuff. So, So I guess in summary, our framework is capable and vast, from out of the box, ready to go stuff through to build it yourself, highly curated, and hopefully that was enough of a quick teaser. That's me. Come see us in the OneModel booth just down the corridor there. Thanks for your time.